This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I got stuff to say about that. You want to start with that, or we just want to say hi?
The JFK files?
The JFK files have been released, guys. 80,000 pages, is it? Or something like that?
But this is what the smart people do, way smarter than me. You put those files in the chat GPT, and then you have them give you a summary.
There you go.
And that's what I did.
You did. Yes. Very smart. I believe that there's nothing to see
Israel.
here.
What?
It's not Israel.
No, it's crazy. Can you believe it?
But there's nothing in it about Israel, is there?
Oh, you see, you know what you did?
I didn't do anything.
You haven't looked into it?
No, I
don't have a side here. The man's dead. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's just confirmation for the hardcores that the CIA, the Israel, and the mafia basically all work together to get this done. That's what it is. But
Wait,
that's what it is.
Is there a smoking gun there?
There's really no smoke. It's just they're all in cahoots. Like there's a lot of evidence, especially in like facts, that they were behind it.
I'm going to need something, sir, that I can point to. You're going to have to give me something.
Well, this one's interesting. Go to, so the CIA requested that redact all the Israel talk in there. It was mentioned so many times.
Interesting.
But that one's whatever. Now, the reason why Israel's important, because remember at the time, JFK, he had a meeting, right? And they didn't want him. They wanted to go to war with Cuba. They wanted to give missiles to Israel. And JFK was like, hold up. He saw all the money. And it was just this business like warfare was. He's like, I'm not doing any of this shit. Realized CIA was lying to him. He was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be involved with any of this. And he wanted to shut down the CIA. That's where they're like, oh, we tried to play nice.
He definitely knew that
he wanted to expose the CIA.
Behaving extrajudiciously.
Yes.
They were doing things on their own.
Yeah, and he was like, nah. So he was trying to expose them and basically shut it down. The CIA went, okay, say less. So then Israel wanted nukes. He's like, that's not happening. We're not giving you nukes. That's not happening. And then also in Cuba, the mafia had big ties into the gambling out there. So they want to take out Castro. And the CIA's like, yeah, we got to go to war with Cuba. And JFK's like, no, that's not on us.
Well, they already tried with the Bay of Pigs before that.
Correct.
Bay of Pigs was
which
huge
he didn't
disaster.
support.
Right.
Which he didn't support, remember. So, I mean, the Israel, trying to take out before these files got released, they want to redact all the mentions of Israel.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Israel is literally the only thing they're requesting to be redacted.
And it's all over.
I mean.
And it's all over.
There you go. That makes sense. That's why they never made them public, because this was pointing to Israeli collusion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mossad.
Wow. Mossad might have assassinated an American president.
It seems like it was, but
that's why Israel couldn't have that out there.
Yeah.
That's a disaster.
But there's no smoking gun. That's just one guy and like all.
Well, Jack Ruby, his last name is
Jewish.
Rubenstein.
Yes.
And now he was afraid that the Jews would be blamed for it. That's what he said.
Yeah, but Jack Rubenstein also met with Lee Harvey Oswald a week before the assassination.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
So he knew him?
Yes, they knew each other.
There's something here.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh,
you got to look more into it. It's fun. I think it's fun. You can't change anything. It's fun.
Well, wait a minute.
At this point, it's fun. But then
Jack Ruby allegedly met with Lee Harvey Oswald at a nightclub weeks before JFK was killed.
Yes.
What's that tell you?
And then Jack Ruby was he wasn't high up in the Jewish mafia, but he was
he actually had connections to the mob.
Oh, he ran planes for them, sold plane equipment in Texas.
So is it possible Jack Rubenstein was a Mossad asset?
Low level, they didn't want what's interesting about Lee Harvey Oswald is the CIA was tracking him for like 4 years before he did this. So he didn't really have any, it doesn't seem like it. I haven't read through all of it. He didn't really have help, but they intercepted his mail before it came to him and knew he was playing this and just didn't stop it.
But wait.
And now I know you're going to go off on this. I think similar to the Trump assassination, I think they're aware that there was an attempt and they're like, okay, good luck. If it happens, like with Lee. I know you. Hear me out.
Go with this.
With Lee Harvey Oswald, they were tracking him for years.
Yeah.
He's a communist, right? Supports Russia. Went out to Russia.
They were tracking him
for 4 years before all this.
Okay.
He was on the radar like a motherfucker. He never got taken off. They intercepted his mail. Was well aware that he wanted to take out JFK.
Okay,
and
so he did.
Yeah, and then they went okay.
Okay.
So they didn't help him. They didn't stop him.
So here's a theory.
Which is basically helping.
Here's the theory then. Is the theory then that they knew that they had this guy who wanted to kill JFK? He was an American who went to Cuba and I think the USSR and all that. Okay. Is it possible, since he met with Jack Ruby, that Ruby was working on behalf of Mossad or Israel, and Ruby said, we want you to kill the president. We're going to set you up here, do this, that, and the other thing. He kills him, and then Ruby knows he's going to kill, then he has to shoot Oswald to keep him quiet.
Yeah. There's that. And then Ruby was,
because obviously Ruby had to kill him because he knew he was going to be fingered on this.
Yep. Now, what's else interesting? Do you have that other article I sent you, Chin, of there's a CIA operative who which one's this? That's the Israeli intelligence. So this one's interesting. This is super interesting. So this is from Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk goes, I think this is the most interesting out of all the documents. So this is from the files. I'm not, just bullshitting here. So he goes, the day after the assassinations, Gary Underhill, who's a major character in all this, Gary Underhill left Washington in a hurry.
Look up who Gary Underhill is after this. Hold on.
He works for the CIA. Late in the evening, he showed up at a home of a friend's in New Jersey. He was very agitated. A small clique within the CIA was responsible, and he says, a small clique was responsible for the assassination. He confided, and he was afraid for his life. And ready for this? Would have leave the country. Less than 6 months later, Underhill was found shot to death in his Washington apartment. Was ruled a suicide.
The coroner ruled it a suicide.
Underhill had been an intelligence agent during World War II, was recognized as authority on limited warfare and small arms.
A researcher and writer on military affairs, he was on a first-name basis with many of the top brass in the Pentagon. He was also on intimate terms with a number of high-ranking CIA officials. He was one of the agency's people who performed special assignments. At one time, he had been a friend of Samuel Cummings, of Interarmarco, the arms broker that numbers among its customers the CIA and ironically Klein's Sporting Goods of Chicago, from whence the mail order Carsano allegedly was purchased. The gun.
Yes.
Oh shit! From dude, listen, come on. I'm sorry. Hey, guess what? I want to apologize to everybody because I've always been skeptical.
You have,
and now I 100% believe the CIA was involved. The small clique in the CIA, which was working with Israel?
Mossad, Israel, and then also the Chicago Mafia, which is Jewish.
Wait, but then that's high treason because it's not Israel, though, right? It would be the small clique within the CIA, unless the small clique in the CIA is Jewish and they were actually double agents for Israel.
It seems like there was those three corporations were all involved in making sure this got done. Because Kennedy was against war, against sending nukes to Israel. Wow. Was trying to shut down the mafia.
This is wild.
Cuba, yeah.
This is wild.
It's interesting.
It also makes sense as to why why this has been kept secret for so long, because Israel has a lot of sway over American politics and, for that matter, probably
everything.
Yeah. I mean, and one of the reasons for that is AIPAC, and again, I don't like these conspiracies, and I'm not saying anything anti-Semitic or anything else, but it is true if you are a politician, if you don't show loyalty to Israel, you're going to have a hard time because there's a lot of money that comes from those channels that keep people, as Sheldon Adelson, before he died, you were not running. You were not going to be a Republican senator or congressman unless you kiss that ring.
I mean, you got to give it up to the Israel. I mean, the power.
Let me just for all you guys out there who don't like Israel and don't like Jews and all that, let me just please say a couple things about that. When you are a tiny minority in the world, and you're responsible for also all the things you guys enjoy. Like, I don't know if you like Hollywood, if you like all the stories, half the songs Elvis sang, they were written by a Jewish guy who I knew. We can keep going. If you like stainless steel, if you like the Geiger counter, if you like virtual reality, all these things, if you look at the contribution that this tiny minority has given us as innovators, they also knew throughout history that they were always the scapegoat. They were always the one that were going to be killed. Always, always, always. They were blamed for Christ's death and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, if you're
they might be guilty of some of that stuff. But if you're okay to say that they did some bad things, they're involved in some bad.
But if your survival depends on, if your survival depends on something, and you're surrounded by everybody who wants to kill you, you're going to figure out a way to game the most powerful country in the world for your own survival.
Sure.
And that's always been the case. And if you didn't do that, you did what? You went back to the ovens of Dachau and Treblinka and Auschwitz. So we can keep going with that. But I see there's a lot of anti-Semitism in the world right now, and there's a lot of blaming Israel.
This ain't going to help.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's not.
No.
It's not. They're
a powerful bunch. You got to show a little respect.
Well,
powerful bunch.
Creative, innovative.
Powerful bunch.
Over half the white volunteers during the civil rights movement in this country that were there to march for black liberation, over half the white volunteers were Jewish.
Yeah.
How about that?
Powerful bunch.
Yeah. Great innovators, but
bad athletes.
Probably not the best athletes. As my friend his son is Jewish.
Powerful bunch.
His son's Jewish. This great. My friend's son is Jewish, really athletic kid, kicking ass, obsessed with basketball. His dad goes, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. We're Jewish. You're not ever playing in the NBA. It's not happening. But have fun.
Could probably
have fun. Get out there and hustle.
You could probably own a team.
Fantastic.
Powerful bunch.
Anyway, this is not good for Israel. If this is getting out, this is tough.
Well, you got to show a little respect. It's pretty.
A lot of respect.
To be able to pull that off. Powerful bunch. You know? Throughout history, super powerful bunch. Right?
Very small group of people.
Right.
Right.
Powerful bunch.
So let's take a little break. I know a lot of people who are high functioning people who are always on the move and they want a little boost in nutrition. I know that AG1 personally is something I've taken. First of all, I like the way it tastes, but from all the research that I've done based on it, it seems to be one of the best things. Yeah, and we are scientists. But it is a good thing. I know people that swear by it all the time. I have enjoyed it, and it seems
I know both of us personally have been using it for years.
Yep. And I started using it because I saw a lot of other high-functioning people use it, like Rogan and guys like that, and my other buddy who's a billionaire. So I was like, let me try this. It's very easy to drink, and I think if you're looking for that extra, a good supplement and something that's going to help you get that extra boost, that's where you want to go. And unlike other supplements that make big claims about the research, AG1 is formulated based on the latest science in nutrition and wellness. So that's one of the other things. So overall,
it's also NSF certified and tested. So there's that. There's a lot of
that means it's been independently tested for quality. It's made with high quality ingredients, no artificial junk.
And it's
tested for over 500 herbicides and pesticides.
We've used it forever. Rogan's used it. It's just what we do. Yeah. So when it comes to our health and you want something you can trust, and that's why we choose AG1, backed by science, ingredients, real benefits that you can feel. AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every single day. And that's why we've partnered with AG1 for so freaking long.
And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/fatk, drinkag1.com/FATK to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/FATK to start your new year on a healthier note.
Powerful bunch.
But the trap to not fall into is to blame, which people love to do, the Jews, blame Israel for all the problems in the world.
Yeah.
You'll hear this all the time. The reason the Middle East is on fire is because of Israel. Let me explain something to you. The Middle East doesn't need Israel to be at war with each other. Look at the Sunni-Shia divide. Do a little history. They have no problem being tribal and fighting with each other.
Yeah, powerful
bunch. And either does the world in general. Nobody, Russia and Taiwan and China don't need the Jews to be mad at each other.
Powerful bunch.
All right, I always feel like I
being around the bush.
I got to speak up for the Israelis and for
you're a little
the
off.
Jews.
It's all right.
Yeah, we live in a time. I'm gonna have myself a magic mind.
Do it.
This episode, sponsored by this episode of the JFK files and the inconvenient truth of what's going on.
It took them forever to release it,
Brought to you by Magic Mind. Woo! So what else are we going to learn?
It is interesting.
Crazy.
Well, the more stuff keep coming up.
You got me all in now.
Yeah, when you're like, there's really no smoking gun. I'm like, God damn it,
dude.
Brian. No, there's a ton of stuff. But now
I believe.
Now, ChatGPT, they're going to miss some stuff, and like Grok's going to miss some stuff. You're going to get guys like Charlie Kirk and like that Wallace cat who's going to go page by page.
Candace Owens.
Yes, and you'll get the nitty gritty on it. Powerful, but
Charlie Kirk is so smart. He's 31 years old. I listen to him.
No college degree.
He's so smart.
Did you hear him absolutely dog walk Newsom?
Oh my God!
I can't get enough of it.
Best thing Newsom can do.
Oh, I
get into the belly of the beast.
I think it's a Hail Mary. He's lost all notoriety. He's trying to.
The only thing he can do is go, "Hey guys, I was wrong. I'm a Republican now." That's it.
Agree 100%.
And we'd be like, you know what?
He won't.
You and I would be like, you know what? Not a bad guy. If you admit you were wrong, admit you were wrong and that you sucked at what you were doing.
I just don't trust him.
Yeah.
Even if he did that, I'm like, what's his agenda here? He's a lifeline politician. Yeah, sleazy guy.
Yeah.
80,000 files. Yeah, I don't have enough time.
There are 6 million pages in total, I read.
No, 80,000.
But a lot of them have already been made.
80,000.
Yeah. These are the big ones.
A lot of them are hard to read.
Yeah.
I started going through. I'm like, this is above my pay grade. I'm not smart enough to.
Yeah, but you're gonna have people that are gonna parse through this shit.
Oh, Candace Owens is probably halfway through. Yeah, I love her,
dude. 100%. This is really interesting because he clearly, I think he probably did it, but he was put up to it. Right?
I don't know if he was put up to it. He also like someone made this point. Like if he was a CIA intelligence or whatever he was working with them, he was doing a bad job of laying low. Like he would do protests for communism. He'd go on radio shows. He'd do all sorts of media. That's not what those guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talk to anybody that knew him, like he wasn't a very smart guy.
No, of course not.
No.
But it does feel like
Easy
this was
influence.
a CIA thing, not an Israeli thing. Right?
Powerful bunch.
Well, but I'm saying, but there was a tight group within.
Of course it feels that way. It wasn't a tight group. It's mainly all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the CIA, there's a small cabal of people that were like the CIA within the CIA.
By small, you mean all of them, but then there's a group that actually did the action.
Yeah.
And working with the mafia. And
they got a guy. They got a patsy.
They
got a patsy, a guy who was not that smart, who was ideologically bent. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Easy scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like, look what he did.
Yeah. They set him up there.
Yeah,
Jack Ruby got him the gun. Jack Ruby was working for the CIA or Mossad.
Jack Ruby was in the mob.
Okay, but
low-level mob.
So, what I'm saying is that this talk about Israel being involved doesn't make a lot of sense, though. If it does
because they were all working together. Okay. They all wanted one common thing: to get rid of JFK.
Okay.
They wanted nuclear bombs in Israel, which JFK was against. They wanted to go to war with Cuba, which JFK was against.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to shut down the mob. And he was also against Vietnam. Like he saw how much money, how opportunist the CIA could be in warfare, and he's like, "Nah, man, I'm not doing this shit." Powerful bunch.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. Dark.
Real dark.
Dark.
One document described how the CIA was tracking a Cuban national named Amfuna I, who was sent to Cuba in 1961 before establishing a network of at least 20 people who helped drop over 50 reports.
Oh, what else is interesting? We found out that the mob was helping train Cuban people on American soil to overtake Cuba.
Yeah, that's right. That I knew that.
Yeah. But it's good to see in official documents like, holy shit. Oh, I'm the weird conspiracy guy now. Where you at now, Brian?
I'm right with you. I'm right with you. I'm right with you, dude. I am so, there is clearly CIA involvement. Wow. Dude. So
it's interesting. Huh?
And the Warren Commission had all the sort of like, all the people that were
Warren Commission, they're behind it. Yeah. It's like Diddy,
Look at Trump.
Looking for evidence.
Trump's going to go down in history as a man who really disrupted the world in a good way.
He's doing work.
He's doing
work.
I mean,
you see Elon talking about how the deep state wants to take him out because he's uncovering all this fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Powerful bunch.
Yeah.
It's getting scary. But he has enough money where he could, figure it out.
Wow. Roughly 98% of the files have been made public. Woo! Dude.
What's the 2%?
And then I want to see the Jeffrey Epstein
What's
thing.
the 2% they're hiding? We'll never get the Epstein list.
Why?
I think there's current government officials on it.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Well, that's
on both sides.
Yeah, but
and
that's
they're like,
yeah, but Epstein's a Mossad agent. There's no doubt Epstein was working for Israel.
yeah. But I'm just saying that the names on that list will compromise both sides. So I think the one thing both these sides agree on is not releasing that list.
That's
They're like,
so
hey,
interesting.
it's not good for you. It ain't good for us. Right? Can we both not
They
release
probably
this?
destroyed all the pages or something.
Yeah.
What a scandal. What a fucking scandal.
But they told us it'd come out. And then someone pulled the cord at the last second. No. Hold up.
Wow.
Not happening. Remember?
Because
they're
this
like
was-
tomorrow at noon it's coming out.
Because this was
and
a
it was all
honeypot.
over Fox, all this shit.
So release Ghislaine Maxwell. Release her. If she's the only one in jail, what's going on? How come we haven't heard from her?
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna put she's in jail and nobody else is. Interesting. Nah, it's either all or nothing.
what's scary is what's the 2% they're not releasing? That's probably the smoking gun. There's probably more than one shooter.
I mean, I'm amazed that they were able to keep this a secret for so long. I'm amazed.
They did and they didn't, but they're also, if you go through it, they're also very aware on how skeptical America would be, and they're worried about it. Like, fuck.
Well, now
Even before.
I want answers. I want answers.
You got your answers. You got to read through 80,000 pages.
Well, they will.
I'll wait for Candace to do it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the way the world works.
Damn.
Let me ask you guys, why do you think they're releasing it now? Like, what benefit is to...
I think Trump is just a disruptor. I think Trump is a guy who is like, I want to know too. And
I think he's not from their system
He's
and
not
was
from
like,
their
hold up. Let me show you how crooked the government's been in the past and tried to put me away for
They tried
life.
to- yeah.
Other false
They
pretenses.
tried to kill him.
Yeah.
The
And they tried to kill him. So he's like, this isn't new.
Yeah.
Like, this has been done before. This is what animal I'm dealing with.
Yes.
The government's done this before. The Democrats tried to do it to me. Check it out. You guys want to rally, fucking Biden, all this shit. Also, what's interesting is JFK was saying how Biden, even back in the day, was a piece of shit. That's in those documents too.
Well, by the way, I don't think Biden was actually in power. The JFK didn't say that.
I'm sorry, not JFK. The son who died in the plane crash. That's in the files. Yeah.
John F. Kennedy
Yeah,
Jr.
Yeah.
So one of the things to keep in mind is that Trump, when he was in office 2016 and 2020, the one thing he figured out very quickly was that people in government on the Republican and Democratic side did everything they could to sabotage him and called him a moron and a dummy behind his back and did a lot. And so
Even
and
people
he
on
also,
the right.
he also didn't know how government worked. He went in there and they assigned him people that he realized were not
Helping
behind him.
Yes.
So the second time he went in, he got Susie Wiles, a Washington insider, respected on
got
both
rid of
sides there,
all
a
those
complete
people.
badass,
Yes.
Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, a badass, and respected deeply in Washington by everybody. And Susie said, I'm going to take care of you. I know what to do here. And so then he said, I'm going to get loyalists in there. I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. I'm only going to get people like, Kash Patel and these guys. So that'll come with its own liability. He's a little underwater in the economy and inflation.
It'll bounce back.
But at the same time, when you want to disrupt shit, you're taking money out of the mouths of some very powerful people. And you're taking power away from some very powerful people.
Yes, which they don't like, and
And the only way you're going to ever disrupt a leviathan like the United States government that only keeps growing is with a guy who's on the outside who comes in and goes, you know what? Just for you guys, Biden's own accounting office in 2023 did an accounting. That's Biden, a very preliminary audit of the 70 government agencies that had programs. There was $236 billion of irregular payments and outright fraud.
It's the way they've always done it.
$230 billion.
But this shouldn't be surprising. This is how they've always done it.
Yeah.
So you have an outsider going, hold up, this is insane. I just get, whether you're on the left or right, how do you not support this?
People are starting to
maybe
say-
you can hate
yeah.
Trump, whatever. I can understand I can hate him. But just from sheer fact as an American, you're like, hold on, our tax dollars are going to what? and they want to cut down on the budget with all this fraud, all this bullshit, all this
the
crap.
truth is really inconvenient sometimes. The truth,
bro.
So,
but the gas prices are down, but in certain areas, if you don't pay attention, like I filled up over here in Calabasas, where most people don't give a fuck whether $1. I'm filling up my Hummer, right? In diesel, dude, it was $7.78 per gallon.
wow.
I get to $175. I went, what? Because I didn't notice, because diesel is usually $5 here.
Yeah.
In my neck of the woods, it's $5 because you're in Calabasas. Yeah, but lower than what it was when Biden was president. And then 85 is $3. But depending on the area you're in, I just figured it was the same everywhere. I get to $175. I'm like, what the fuck? I look, it's only 22 gallons. I'm like,
trucks have to run on that.
Good.
That's why a lot of trucking companies go out of business.
Yeah.
When the price of diesel goes up, my friend's company went out of business.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow.
Let's take a break, B, because when it comes to college basketball and March Madness, March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella advancing, top seeds going home early.
Yeah, but can I make money? Can I make money?
Yep, bet the unexpected every upset every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. Everyone's sweating it out except you. DraftKings is offering all new customers a no-sweat parlay every single day. How does it work? Opt in, place a bet on any eligible parlay. If your bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code FIGHTER. That's code FIGHTER to get a no-sweat parlay every single day. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
But it's going down for the most part, but depending where you fill up at. But crazy, dog.
It's crazy.
Oh, this is madness.
I'm very interested.
Yeah.
But you got a real disruptor, and in both Trump and Elon. And people are going to hate it. But I believe that if the goal is to shrink government, create more accountability, get better infrastructure in terms of technology there.
Be more efficient. Like,
I think that's a good
how can I
thing.
support
That's a
that?
good thing.
Also, the hate on Elon, whatever, I get it. But
They've always hated on him every time he tries
well, of
something.
course, he's too rich not to hate. But then also weird. And then, the 14 kids. But all that being said, so those people stuck in space, Biden could have rescued them and decided not to.
I don't know about that. Those things I don't really pay attention to because those are a little more complicated. I think that was a little bit complicated.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think Biden.
You gotta look into it.
Yeah, I don't think Biden.
Now it's not Biden go nope, but his cabinet, they could have done action, got him out of there. They decided to wait.
A good way to criticize Biden is to look at his 39 years in office.
I don't know if you can.
Well, if you look at his 39 years in office, he's typically been on the wrong side of the foreign policy debate. He's been on the wrong side of a lot of things. That's probably a good way to look at it. You can make that argument.
You can't really criticize him about these last 4 years because I don't think he was there. I don't think he was just a mask.
You can certainly criticize the mainstream media and all the people around him, including Kamala Harris, who knew the truth and decided to hide it from the American people.
How about Charlie
So if
Kirk?
you want to talk about fake news and you want to talk about lying to the American people and you want to talk about not being honest, let's start with the fact that everyone in Biden's immediate circle, including the mainstream media, knew exactly what they were dealing with, which was a man who was cognitively impaired.
Go up though, Chin. What's the headline there? Strand astronauts confirmed Biden shot down Musk's offer to bring the pair home. So
yeah, but that was
this was
Elon
also
Musk's
confirmed
offer, and that's a real liability. That's a big. That we don't know
to
what
get him down.
Yeah, we don't know how serious it was. We don't know how possible it was. I think
now Elon said this on Rogan was I did the same offer to Biden's cabinet as I did Trump's. He goes, I can get them down, and Biden wanted to wait.
Did we talk about the?
No, you got to acknowledge that, B.
What's
I
that?
know you want to defend all this shit.
No, because you can't because when a private citizen with their company says I can get them down. That's an offer that we don't know if that's for publicity. I think NASA probably said it's a lot more complicated than that. It's not a good gamble.
But Brian,
that's what I think.
He did it. He didn't do this in part with NASA. Elon got him down yesterday, bud. You don't know what the fuck you're talking
Oh,
about.
he brought him down?
Yes.
Okay.
Same exact offer.
Okay.
You know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, I don't know the details. I don't
Yeah.
like headlines because those are things I leave. Maybe you're right.
I'm telling you I'm right. I had Chin bring this up. I'm telling you off on this.
Okay.
Elon's literally on Rogan was I can get them down. But he was like, I couldn't even, he's not there.
Got it.
You're dealing with these people, and they wanted to wait on it for some political reason. And Rogan goes, "That's insane." He goes, "That's what I said. Let's just get them down, and then you can announce it whenever you want."
Stuck in that capsule. How long were they out there for?
Oh my god,
Way too long.
Over a year, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Now. By the way, how about this? How about the they're in the top of the Arctic Circle where the winds are 100 miles an hour. And it's a minimum of 25 degrees below zero. Do you know about this?
Yeah, you're in space, dog.
No. This is in the Arctic Circle.
Oh.
And there's a guy who's going crazy, and they can't. 9 months. Fuck you. No thanks. No thanks. Do you know how long that is?
Yeah, I do. It's 9 months.
In a capsule, and he got him down.
Again, you can hate on Elon, but you got to give it up here. You don't have to do this. You know how expensive that is? You know how much resources that took to get those people down?
Wow. So Biden didn't want to give Elon Musk any. I see.
But Elon's whole thing, he was like, who gives a fuck with our relationship? There's American people stuck up there. Let's get them down. He's like, nope.
Wow. Okay.
And then Trump went, I don't give a fuck. Get them down.
Yeah. So
get them down.
So the
it's all political.
Bring up. This is awful. Now think about this. They've been there. This team of scientists have been stuck in the Arctic Circle, and you can't go outside even for fresh air because it's too cold. So they've all been in this cabin.
Do you have to wait till how long? When's it chill
10
out?
more months, and there's a guy who's going crazy and threatening to kill them with an axe.
Oh well, that's not good.
A team of scientists trapped in an isolated Arctic base for 10 months. One of them just attacked and threatened others.
He's probably sick of this shit.
Nobody can get to them. You can't go outside. They're stuck. And they attacked fellow colleagues while they were stationed in an isolated base in Antarctica. In a deeply disturbing manner because he's going crazy because he can't get out. He's going crazy.
Remember, physical and sexual assault as well as threatening to kill somebody. Okay. An overwintering team consists of 10 members almost entirely cut off from the outside world at South Africa's Antarctica base in harsh winter.
Yeah, I didn't know. Arctic base in South Africa?
Well, no, they're South African.
Wow.
It's South Africa's Arctic
I see.
Come on, Doug.
Last month, a team member sparked concern for sending an email about a person's egregious and deeply disturbing behavior, accusing them of
I'll tell you who it is. Assault. Roll down. I don't need it. I'll tell you who it is. The guy with the weird hat in the back.
This guy?
Yep, that's him.
Dude.
That's him.
That's hilarious.
That's him.
That's what they're all there, and they're all there. They're all stuck. I mean,
keep going down.
You got to just take that guy and, I guess, hold him down.
Yeah, there's 10 of you. Beat his ass. Keep going down. If he has an axe, it could be.
He might have just punched somebody in the face,
Threatened to kill.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it could be one of those things. But if he's like, I'll fucking kill you. You don't actually mean kill. You mean like whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Could be that. Yeah. Or he's batshit crazy and he's stuck in Antarctica. There's also that.
Yeah, or these people are just not used to that kind of. Also, they're going crazy. I mean, I'm sorry. The journey from Cape Town is approximately 2,485 miles and takes around 10-15 days. Okay. And oh look, temperatures in the air are ranging this week from around 5 degrees Fahrenheit to around 7.
But when they got there, was it chill weather? I don't think so.
No.
So get out.
Well, they can't. Nobody can get to them, and they can't get out because of the ice and the wind.
No one thought about this?
Yeah, so you're stuck there, and you have to be inside.
Get Elon on it.
Wow. I mean,
and you can't take a chopper up there?
That's how they get in and out.
Emergency medical evacuation to the neighboring German base.
Emergency medical evacuation. So they can do it.
I guess.
But the weather's probably just too crazy right now, so.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And by the way, the threaten to kill thing, right, Brennan? You were saying like how some people just say that.
Yeah.
Imagine this work environment, and at one point I go, "I'll fucking kill you."
Yeah.
That doesn't work. You can't say that shit.
No, that's
You're crazy.
upon, but he's also going crazy too.
That means he's going crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not something people would just normally say. Like, oh, I'm just saying I'm gonna kill you because I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't know, man.
Sasso sent me a voice message yesterday, and it was just him farting.
Hilarious.
And I go, what the fuck? And then I just got this. Sorry. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there you
let's
go.
get him out.
Yeah, I just don't do that though. What are you researching? Don't do that. I just don't know how some scientists can do that shit. I'd be like, see ya.
They research climate and
From
stuff
a
like
psychological perspective, it's a very, very lonely place. There's very little interaction with humans or animals. So if you're in a camp or a research center, you're with those people 6 months, if not a year. Yeah, no thanks. Everything becomes heightened. It's all white. There's no color, no noise, and nothing you would see as normal. So everybody's behavior, including your own, gets magnified, and the little things become the big things. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this guy went crazy with an axe 6 years ago. Kind of tore up his whole place.
Yeah. Don't go up there though. You know.
I'm not interested.
Sounds like they'll be all right. They just got to lay low. It's not like you're in space.
You know what they say about
space people are way
alpine,
worse.
when guys who climb mountains, like they try to get to the top of Everest, you know what they call that? The art of suffering. Fuck off.
Nah, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't do that.
No.
What else you got, Jen?
Let's start with this real quick. Have you guys heard about this chicken bone shooting thing?
No.
So someone got in a fight over a chicken bone, and here's the thing, and that person got shot. The person that I'm gonna let this play because it's way better. I want to know your thoughts on this after we hear this.
Turmoil outside a Safeway parking lot spirals into even more violence.
I was in the military. I never got shot, but I get shot in Safeway. There's a chicken.
The Army veteran and
Army veteran
says he just got off work at a nearby business when he and his coworker bought Safeway's Monday night cheap chicken deal and were eating in a car parked outside the grocery chain.
And I was throwing my chicken onto the ground outside my window so I didn't get any mess in my coworker's car.
That's
that alone. What do you think?
Littering.
You don't deserve
No.
to get shot.
No one
That's not
deserves to
littering.
get
That's
shot.
not littering.
It is.
I think it is.
How's it littering?
It's
Damn
actually
it,
littering.
Brennan.
What's the definition
Throwing
of
a
littering?
chicken bone
Even though it's
outside.
biodegradable,
It's
you can't really show
biodegradable.
it out.
But that's still littering.
No, it's littering, yeah.
It's littering. Okay, so anyway,
hold on.
You gotta take
so
it
this
back.
is a
No, hold on. If you throw an apple core out the window, you guys consider that
I wouldn't throw
littering?
any
It's
food
actually
out the
still
window.
littering, actually.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
I wouldn't throw any food out
Because
the window.
if you throw an apple core and you throw your chicken bones
It
out,
says yes.
it's still on the ground. It's- yeah.
Littering is generally
You'll
defined
get
as
you'll get a
Oh
fine.
no, I know the gay rule. I'm saying in here, if it's biodegradable, are you thinking you're making the planet worse
Let's
by
throw
throwing
chicken
your
bones on the ground here. Then let's throw chicken
Yeah,
bones
no,
outside.
well,
the
no,
parking
we're not
lot.
outside.
in a
Chin.
parking
Or in the
lot,
parking lot, you can
Bubba,
throw
in a
chicken-
parking
So
lot,
hold on, Chin. When you're camping, do you the chicken bones, all the fat and stuff?
different.
Even though it's different, I clean up everything. The stuff I don't clean
And
up,
you're
bring it
expected
back with
to.
you?
no. So if
you're
I
expected
if I fillet fish, gut a fish, I'll throw it back in the lake.
Yeah.
The
yes.
the
No.
carcass,
Listen.
whatever.
In a
Carcass.
parking lot, you can't throw your chicken.
Yeah,
bones
yeah,
and
that's
apple
just
cores out.
fucking-
You can't do
Oh,
it.
I don't get.
That's not cool.
Can't.
It's just
You
not
have to.
cool.
It's a law, and there's
No, I get the law. There's a lot of gay
You
laws.
don't want to be walking around with
With the
chicken
trash
bones.
everywhere. I agree.
Yeah, and apple cores.
But one guy.
Well, let's keep listening.
This is so funny.
It's fine.
another driver parked next to them and accused Grant of throwing chicken bones at her vehicle.
She opens up the car and steps onto some chicken. And she's like, why is there chicken on the ground? And she looks over at me and is like, are you serious, man? You're throwing chicken onto the ground? And I'm like, who cares? Leave me alone.
So this is where the shooting happens.
The argument escalated when the other driver took scissors and tried slashing Grant's tire.
Oh wow.
I jump out of the car and I tackle her to the ground and I put her into citizen's arrest.
The chaos captured on his coworker's cell phone.
So you can see her gun right there.
Grant says he didn't even realize the gun you see pointed at his head was in the other driver's hand.
She was gonna shoot him in the head.
I let off just a little bit of something, because I don't want to choke her. I just want to stop her, restrain her, so the cops come.
He didn't see a gun.
Security is on the phone with 911.
Like, none of them see the gun.
One do chicken at your son. You stepped out on some chicken and got mad at me and started throwing some. Let up.
Oh.
Grant is shot in the leg.
Oh,
Another woman is seen coming, but apparently not to help Grant.
What are you doing? You just shot me. You just shot me. She just shot me. Get off the pit.
Why aren't you helping me? Why are you helping her? And that's when my coworker runs over and pulls her.
Hey, coworker, quit shooting and help.
I mean, quit, videotape.
On South Andover Street, then north on Rainier.
I just want you to know.
So she's willing to shoot somebody over chicken. She's willing to shoot somebody over anything.
While Grant recovers in the hospital, he worries about his family and mounting medical bills.
I have 3 children. I have a mother-in-law that lives in our house, so I have to get back to work as fast as possible.
I just want you to know, in that situation, I'm doing everything I can to knock that fucker out. I want to find some auto parts, but I need a friendly staff. I need people that know what the parts are. I want maintenance. I want repairs and I want to be able to go to a one-stop shop.
You keep asking me. I keep telling you, O'Reilly Auto Parts, who are in the business of keeping your car on the road. The team at O'Reilly's Auto Parts can help you with whatever you need.
But I'm an auto novice. What do I know?
Dude, if you're a rookie or an expert, the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are super knowledgeable, helpful, best of all, friendly. Professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. You can find what you need in-store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. O'Reilly.
Let's take a little break, buddy.
Can't we do? Because this episode of The Fire Kid is brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
That's
Fiscally responsible, financial genius, monetary magicians.
Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you get what you need when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. So visit progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states and situations.
That's where you're no longer a girl.
Oh,
you're no longer a girl, no longer a guy. You're a human being trying to kill me.
Yeah,
and I'm going to try to break your arm and punch you in the face.
When you shot him.
And she just shot him in the leg because she would have shot him in the face.
She's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And she should go to jail.
She's definitely crazy. But
she should go to jail for that.
So anyways, he has a fundraiser out for GoFundMe, and guess how much he's what do you think he's at right now?
300,000.
300,000?
No, I hope a lot.
I bet you he's at like 70K max.
No.
So the goal was 12,000, I believe. $30 raised.
I'm gonna.
There's only been
give
3
money.
donations.
I'm giving.
Yes.
I'm giving money.
No, come on, dude. I mean, okay. First of all, the guy's obviously doesn't deserve to be shooting. No shit. But just don't throw chicken bones out. And that girl's obviously crazy.
No. He's got no. If he doesn't have money, he
I
didn't
can't
deserve
believe
that.
how caught up you guys are on him throwing chicken bones out.
Dude,
he got shot, Chin.
I'm not
honestly,
even
Brett,
remotely
He
worried
got
about it.
shot.
No,
buddy.
but if I saw someone throwing chicken bones out of the car, I would probably be like, "Hey, bro, come on, dude."
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Why?
It doesn't
I wouldn't
matter.
say
I would turn my head so slow and go, "Don't be a pussy," and then roll my window up.
That dumb piece of shit tried to slash his tires too. It's like
That woman's
wild.
absolutely
She should have
crazy.
been face
She
planted.
shot a dude in the leg over a freaking chicken. Obviously, she's out of her mind.
That picture ain't helping him.
It's not.
That
helping.
picture makes
Let's
you
change
not
your
wanna
picture.
donate.
Put some
Yeah.
glasses on.
Yeah, act like you're passed out.
He's looked like
Have some chicken.
he looks sad, so he did that on purpose. Like, oh, but
You know, it's
whatever.
not. It's not the best pick.
Poor guy's trying to get a discount meal. And
Man.
It's just funny when he says I threw chicken.
That
bones
bitch
out
is
the damn thing.
crazy.
She's absolutely.
she doesn't look very like
Stable.
Family.
Well, you know she's not stable if she's
No.
slashing her tires over chicken.
Yeah,
She's definitely
an
like a-
asshole and should get like put in jail.
Dude, I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but when I was training for the NFL, when I was getting ready for the combine, I was driving this very famous football player, and he would just eat fast food all the time, and would just take the wrap. We'd be driving, take the wrappers, just throw it out the window. I'd be, hey man, it was just litter nonstop. I'm like, what are you doing? Like littering like that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Didn't give a flying fuck. I've never seen anything like that.
I've seen that all
just
the time.
Cans, whatever, just out the window. Didn't even think about it. Just out the window. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And New York is the craziest that way. After certain parades, like all due respect, the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City, I love Puerto Ricans. Love Puerto Ricans.
Is there a lot of trash?
But it's after that parade, the trash is so crazy. It's so crazy.
Well, I'm sure it is
People
not just during
partying.
Puerto Rican parades. Even the New York Times, like
100%.
Like during the fucking
100%.
New Year's celebration, all the confetti.
If you're from New York, you'll know what I'm talking about because Puerto Ricans right now are laughing because it's like crazy.
What else you got, Jen?
Actually, scratch that. Just take that out.
What?
Why are you so worried about this? When you such so soft?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because you said Puerto Rican parades, there's a lot of trash.
Yeah.
No, and that makes me think. I just got reminded of.
But it is. It's a lot.
What are you doing, Brian?
Sorry.
The fuck is going on?
Right. No, so tell me how you would react to this because you used to fish, right, a lot. Yeah. So there's a place called Moscow Park. It's like a little park in Santa Ana, California. I saw some guy catch, you know what bluegill are? The little sunfish.
Yeah.
He would catch these fish, and then he didn't want to take them off the hook with his hands, so he would slam, boom, boom. He would kill him to get him off the hook. He did it multiple times, and guess what? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And we got an actual physical fight over that. Would you say something about that?
Well, hold on, Chip. But is he eating the fish?
No, he's just throwing them away.
Oh no, killing him. That would drive me nuts. I don't know if I'd say anything.
Dude, I literally ran over. Like,
how many was he killing? Like Jeffrey Dahmer style?
I'm pretty sure I saw at least 3.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say. It depends how. If he was right next to me, I'd be like, dude, you're just gonna kill the fish and just throw him back in? Like, that's not what we do. If he was like, shut your fucking mouth, I'm like, fair point.
We literally got an actual fight over bluegill. Yeah. But anyway, just wondering what you would have done.
Shin's like Captain Save-A-Ho, man.
I just, for me, like, I don't know. If I'm going to get in a fight.
No, now I would not do shit.
I'm going to do whatever.
I know too much now.
If I'm really going to go, I'm going to go because I'm afraid of a knife or a gun.
Now, yeah.
Like, I'm going to fucking go. Like, I feel
when
like.
you're younger, you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't think of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Catching the fish, killing him, and then just tossing him.
Because he didn't want to touch the fish. Like, what a
bitch.
Yeah.
Then why
this
is
like
fish?
This is like people that like grab cops, like start wrestling with a cop, put their hands on a cop. Like that is the craziest shit you could ever do because that cop has no idea. First of all, there's a gun in the situation.
Well, the cop's already assuming you're going to
There's
try to go
a gun
for
in the
his
situation. Yeah. If he gets knocked out, he can die.
I don't know if that's like a horrible problem, Brian. I don't know if a lot of people are wrestling
You
cops.
see people do it, resisting arrest and they start fighting with the cop. It's like, dude, you are going to get shot. And if you don't, you're lucky.
Well, if they don't, they cry racism. And it's like, okay, you had no responsibility? No responsibility? You thought fighting a cop was going to work out for you?
Why'd you have to turn into a black guy? I didn't say that. I said it was just there are a lot of people that grab the cop.
Sure.
I didn't say anything about it.
I'm just going by numbers.
Hey.
What?
There are a lot more white, actually, people that have wrestling matches with cops, actually, believe it or not, than black people. Do you know that, statistically? A lot more.
Really?
Yes. Yes, a lot more. A lot more white arrests, and population numbers also. So, yes. And more unarmed white people are shot.
Correct. That's correct, yeah.
So,
I don't know about white.
Why'd you have to turn it? Why'd you have to go there? But it's a black cop.
Yeah.
With a black guy.
Yeah. Problem.
Maybe it's a black cop with a white guy.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
People go crazy and they put their hands on cops. And it happens actually so much more than people realize. And I think when you do that,
I mean, my father-in-law was a cop, for 30 years.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at my face.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with, dude, now that I'm like obsessed with these dash cam and body cam videos, cop videos, oh my God, the amount of people that rush cops and kill them is so insane. It's like, I'd rather
nuts.
As soon as they run, I would just shoot.
Well, because you got to remember, cops are thinking worst case scenario. They want to go home to their families.
Yeah, but a lot of cops are like, they do this stun gun thing, which it works, but it's like 60% or something like that.
Unless if they're on like PCP or meth,
but some people just like me,
big, they don't work.
I'm saying some people
do you know
doesn't
in
work.
court when there is a shooting, the courts take into account how long the cop's been on the job because rookies tend to be, they
Quicker
make more
draw.
mistakes.
Yeah, because the pressure.
Veterans have been there for a long time, and they'll be like, you'd rather have a veteran who's really had some gunfights under his belt.
But on the other side of that, I remember seeing this one recently. There's a cop that literally the guy's near a church, and he's like, "Put your hands up," and then he does this, "Put your hands up," starts shooting him, and apparently that cop has shot 5 other people, killed 4 people before. Some of those cops are just like,
maybe
some.
Or he's a hero.
It depends on where he works.
Oh, no, it depends what if he's
I
shooting
can find
bad
the video
guys,
if you want to see it.
It depends
But
on
also,
where he works.
Did the guy have a gun on him?
Yeah.
So the call came in that I think from his sister said my brother has a gun, or he bought a gun yesterday.
There you go.
Okay.
And
it could have been suicide by cop, which a lot
hold
of
on,
guys
here's
do.
another thing too. That should have had it. He goes, he wanted to kill cops or some shit like that.
Okay.
Well-
and so the cops know
Hold
this,
on,
Chin,
damn it.
And
Let
the
me
guy lowers his arm to reach for what they
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm shooting
whether
that
it's
guy.
cell phone or a gun.
Yeah.
And I'm the cop, and I have 3 kids.
I'm shooting, that guy.
your ass.
Me too. Yeah.
What should he do, Chin? Wait till the guy gets a hold
Chin's
of the
obviously
gun.
anti-blue, and I don't know what to say about this. No, I'm kidding. The man killed by police outside church.
No.
Yeah. There are a lot of
This is a bad example, but
There are a lot of people that are looking to die,
Chin's like,
unfortunately.
they call the cops saying this guy wants to kill cops, and he has a gun on him. He shot him. You believe that?
It's a terrifying job.
As he reached for his gun,
Yeah.
the guy gets shot.
Yeah. When you're a cop, it's a terrifying job. Think about that. You're running toward the violence.
Oh no, I'm with the cops 100%. Dude,
Well, it doesn't sound like it, Chin.
No,
And in
the-
20, not at all. And in
I'm
in 2025, this whole notion of defund the police and cops are the enemy. You know how fucking stupid you have to be. You know how hard their job is.
Yeah.
And when your house gets broken into, who's the first fucking person you call? You want to defund them? You don't want to support them? And when shit hits the fan, then you're
we all
crying.
know how
You're
dumb
crying
that
they didn't
was.
answer the call
Yeah,
fast enough.
we know how dumb that was. What's this now?
No, I'm trying to find the video. Damn it. I'm going to have to go through my
Chin's
library.
literally Googling the cops that wrongfully shoot people.
What would you say? That sounded like Asian. Just keep talking, bro. I'm going to find this damn thing.
All right, what else you got? Well, Chin tries to defend his.
Which one?
Yeah, it came out. Jon Jones wants 6 months to prepare for Aspinall.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
What do you feel about that? What do you feel about that?
it makes sense.
Yeah.
You get ready for him, prepare for him.
Who would
and
you
that
put your
6
money
months
on?
would put, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June. That puts us right at June, July, summer.
Where do you put your money?
I would not have bet against John, but I do think he should be an underdog in that fight.
Damn.
Aspinall's young in his prime.
So big,
John
too.
didn't look great, I don't think, against Stipe. Didn't look great against Cyril Gahn.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's so many question marks on John,
Yeah.
Yeah. My money would probably be on Aspinall, but John's the greatest to ever do it. So
Yeah.
you don't want to count him out. I would say John should be like a plus 120 because there's question marks.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
First time ever he'll be an underdog, I think.
Damn. Aspinall's a big boy.
And very, very skilled.
And very
But he has
skilled.
some holes. His defense is a little.
Well, he's also got holes in. If John grabs him, that black belt in jiu-jitsu is all good, but if John grabs him, puts him on his back, that's a possibility too.
Oh yeah, that's probably his best bet because he's not going to knock him out.
No.
Let's move on, Jim. You don't have to defend yourself, man.
No, it's not defending. I want you to. Oh, this is it here, I think. Nope, that's not it.
Okay, that guy has a hostage.
Yeah, that's a hostage situation.
Let's just move on.
They
Jim. It's
deal
all
with
right.
some
Just
shit,
take the
huh?
L, dog.
No,
They
it's not
deal
about
with
the
some
L. It's like I
shit.
want you guys to see it because it's very intriguing. It's super intriguing. But I can't find the damn
cop
library.
here.
Of
The
it.
cop shot him. Yep, bad guy. Yep.
All right, damn it. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, nice
What
try.
else? Oh, Metallica.
Yeah. So I thought this one was kind of cool, guys. So Metallica is doing like a big Mexico City show, and they partnered with Apple to use their Vision Pro glasses that, everybody bought in the beginning to have like a live VR experience there. So totally just a different avenue now for shows. Like we've seen people stream things, but now you're going to like feel like you're there.
But you have to have the headset?
Yes.
I don't have it.
So
Wait, is it the Meta thing?
The Apple Pro Vision goggles.
is that guy on the right, the lead singer, 7 feet tall? Because he looks.
No, those guys are smaller.
He looks.
James Hetfield.
James is pretty tall, but
Dude, I was
Lars
so
is
excited for him to go on Rogan. Metallica is my favorite band of all time. I was so excited for him to go on Rogan. He talked about bees for 2 hours.
Oh no.
I wanted to blow my fucking brains out.
Oh no.
Well, and he lives in Colorado. I'm like, dude, this is a home run.
Yeah.
Talked about bees for 2 hours. You know, Rogan didn't give a fuck.
No.
He was entertaining the bee talk. I'm like, dude.
Those guys are tiny, aren't they?
I don't know. They're
That's
so
like
talented.
Mick Jagger's so tiny. He's like tiny. He's the size of Lady Gaga. I was like, what?
He's in shape though.
He's a skinny little thing.
Those
with a
boys
big old
rock
head.
though. Metallica. I love me some Metallica.
Yeah.
Never-
It doesn't say
never
what
got
it's
into 'em.
priced at yet, though. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm wondering what it would cost.
Well, those virtual reality goggles from Apple are expensive.
3,500.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No thanks.
My son has the one where you play the games on it. What's that?
I don't know.
You know, he has like
shit, yeah, I
you
know
have the
what you're talking
controllers in your hand. And you put the thing on. Whole box and
Apple?
sweat his little
It's from
ass
Apple,
off.
though? It's not from Apple. That's
I don't know what
something
it's from. The
That's no, that's-
Ocular.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, it's ocular
Oculus.
something.
Yeah, that's what he has. Not the 3,000 one. He doesn't have that. He has the 500, the Meta Quest. That's what he has. So that doesn't work to watch concerts? No. Not that I'd put that on and watch
they teamed up with
fucking
them.
3-hour concert while everyone else is like, what are you doing?
right.
No one else can enjoy it just sitting there? Go touch grass, motherfucker. What else you got?
This video is wild. So it's of a man in Peru who basically got really drunk and then passed out by the train tracks and still survived after the train came.
Oh God.
Video?
How close is he?
Close.
There's the track.
Oh, his head's like on the track.
It looks like it's chopped.
Did it? Oh, why did it blur it out? Did it actually cut his
No,
something
'cause
off?
he's no.
Why would it blur that out if he didn't get ran over?
Well,
What the?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the train literally goes over his head, but
seems fine.
yeah.
See you later.
He's bleeding. It might have ran over his hand.
Yeah.
He's alive, functioning.
Yeah.
Well,
Not fun.
that's why I don't drink.
Yeah.
Next one. I have, so Bryce Mitchell, he's fighting in UFC 314, but he's saying like he's having a hard time sleeping and he thinks Silva's sending demons to like mess with his brain. I don't know anything about this.
He's a wild boy.
Is he?
I wish he'd just run with the flat earth stuff. Now it's getting kind of weird.
If you hit
Bryce
over-
Mitchell says he hasn't been able to sleep since UFC 314 press conference because demons. Yeah, hold up. He hasn't been. His eyes do look bloodshot there. He hasn't been able to sleep. He's fucked for the fight. I was picking him to win. God damn.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him. I think he's been attacked.
Conferences because demons and beautiful women are attacked. Crimea River are attacking him in his sleep. He also believes his opponent Silva is possessed by a legion of demons. Okay, well this isn't good.
Do you want to hear what he says?
Sure.
Good morning, y'all. I need all my Christian warriors to pray for me that I will have peaceful sleep. Every single night since the day before the press conference, I've had demonic dreams. Legions of demons are attacking me every single time I sleep, and not one time have I seen any peaceful sleep since that day. These demons surround me and they try to fight me and provoke me to anger, and then the dream will switch, and they'll send beautiful women, and they're trying to get me to lust, to cheat on my wife. Satan's using two of my weaknesses to try to expose the evil in my own life.
Brian?
I'm not just fighting a man on April 12th. I'm fighting a man possessed by a legion of demons.
This might be good PR. This is some WWE shit.
To maliciousness. And he started barking like a dog and chanting F you, F you, F you.
I like it. If
Good
it's,
morning, y'all.
you think this is, you don't.
No. I
You
was
think
just
this
trying to be
is real?
silly. Yes.
I was hoping it was
Now,
WWE stuff.
No. No,
That
that'd be
bums
a
me out.
bad promo.
He's not well.
No. That's what's scary.
Is this is CTE?
And he's a good
This
guy.
is-
I don't know, bud. I don't know. We chalk up CT too much stuff. And
I don't know if we do.
they're
Maybe
spot
we
on.
don't do it enough.
Yeah, there might be that.
Yeah. Not everybody's head can take
If
that
he's
kind of
not
punishment.
sleeping, could you let us know before I bet on the fight? Because if you haven't been sleeping for 6 weeks before a fight, I will bet on the other guy.
Yeah.
Sleep is the most crucial.
Yeah.
The night before the fight, you can get away with not sleeping. That's happened to me. But the most important sleep is Thursday. Now, if you're not sleeping that whole week, let your boy know, because I'll put some money on Silva. Because I think he can win this fight.
You think he will?
If he starts sleeping, he can win the fight.
You need some sleep.
I need to know before I lay down a bet.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
It's not good. It's more sad than anything. He's actually a good kid. Obviously, he has some strange views. Yeah, but he's a good person.
Well, he's been indoctrinated in the wrong things.
It's not good.
Hitler and all that stuff.
What else you got, Jen?
Let's take a little break. I came in here in my Pima cotton shirt, and I'm going to go work out, so now I'm wearing this. But I just want you to know, you got to try out their Pima cotton shirts. They're on another level, but they got everything. I'm talking about True Classic, obviously. I've always got something of theirs on. I have their underwear on right now.
I love the best tees on the market. And then last night for my B-Day dinner, I wore the short sleeve comfort knit button up. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. They got the chinos, they got shorts, they got twill shorts, they got swim trunks even, they got socks, undies. But literally the best shirts ever. You can get a 6-pack, 9-pack, 3-pack.
But it's the quality. I was talking to the CEO.
The best.
The new stuff I was looking at, because I go right over there.
Best.
How do you get this quality?
They're everywhere. UFC, major stores. They got brick and mortar
Try the
stores.
Pima cotton. It's the kind of t-shirt that would cost you, I don't know how much in other stores. And it's the finest quality
cotton. Just the basic white shirt you see me wearing all the time, the True Classic.
What I do when I had the Pima cotton, I go, feel this. Does that feel like cotton? It's 100% cotton.
Mix and match the clothing to work with your lifestyle. They're hands down the best shirt you will ever put on your tits. Free shipping on all orders. 100% perfect fit guarantee with easy returns. So whether you're bundling up for the cold or getting ready for the spring, level up your style with clothes that actually fit right. They're the best of the best. Go to trueclassic.com/fighter to save. That's trueclassic.com/fighter. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe.
Sometimes you're feeling sluggish, struggling in the gym, not quite feeling yourself. Well, let me talk to you about Joy Mode. All right. They've got a testosterone support complex packed with clinically proven ingredients like ashwagandha, DIM, boron. All right. These are all things that support healthy testosterone levels. And there's no prescriptions, no gimmicks. It's just 3 capsules a day to help you power through your workouts with strength and energy, stay sharp and focused at work, feel your most confident self in and out of the bedroom. Over 100,000 men have already trusted Joy Mode to help them unlock their potential. And guess what? You can join them. Start today. Save up to 30% on a subscription plan. All right? If you're looking to take your game to the next level, go to tryjoymode.com. Use code FIGHTER at checkout for 20% off single purchases and 30% off subscription orders. That's tryjoymode, tryjoymode.com. Use code FIGHTER for 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders.
Jen found it.
I found it. So I just want to see how you guys feel
the
about
one
this.
video of a cop probably doing something bad.
I was just making that example of that one cop.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So here we go. This is from, by the way, this is Active Self-Protection, big YouTube channel. They're great. And I think they upload every day.
From Modesto, California. Officers are on the lookout here for a guy who his sister has called in 911 because her brother has been sending her text messages that he just bought a gun and that they need to watch out to see what happens next. And this guy has been in an officer's safety bulletin, and so officers recognize him because he has made threats to officers. He said the only good cop is a dead cop. And for Christmas
already, yeah, I hear you. But
okay, just so you guys know, now pause this for a sec. Now, I want you guys to think about this. You're a cop. You're driving around the street looking for a guy who is dangerous. He has a gun and has expressed several times his intent to kill cops.
Or
so you know that as you're driving your car that you're going to be in for something, very possibly a life and death situation, and you're driving your car.
100%. I agree with you.
Just so you guys know.
Officers have been called in this area. They've been looking out around this church for this guy. The officer here whose badge cam we are watching is looking around and is going to see him kind of over his right shoulder as he comes around through here. So you can see him looking over to his left. He's actually here in a little while going to see this guy duck in between buildings on the right, and a confrontation is going to ensue. That's what he's been told. That's what he has to see. Let's listen in on the camera.
Where's the guy at?
Right there in front of the church. Hands up. You see him?
What's he getting though?
Oh, there you go.
On behind the church, west side of the complex. Show me your hand! Put your hands up! Zebra 5, facing southbound, west side of the park.
That was a good shot, by the way. That's a long way away.
Yeah, that is not close.
Very good shot. You can't be reaching down like that.
No.
Show me your hand!
The guy's still alive?
What do you think, Bren?
I think this is what you do as a cop in a life.
Yeah, so far I don't have
that
a
guy has a
problem.
gun. You can't see his
Hold on,
hand.
hold on.
I sped this up simply for the sake of time. The officer's shots proved fatal to this man. Officers did not find a gun on scene or on the person of this man. This is the officer's 5th officer-involved shooting, the 4th fatally. It is still under investigation. We're going to talk about this one a lot, and that is where the lessons from today's video ends.
What's the problem?
I mean, so we see it differently then.
Oh man, if this guy has marketing going around, the only cop is a dead cop.
No. When he
all
says,
that-
here's the problem for me. When he has his hands up, he's like, put your hands up.
but then he pulls his hand down,
So
right?
watch this trend.
But then he pulls his hand down,
So
right?
you know this guy's said, the only good cop's a dead cop, and I'm gonna kill cops.
And the sister calls, says he has a gun.
Okay, so you're driving.
said he bought
You're a
it.
cop. You're a driver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, watch this.
Right, I
you
get
see a
you.
guy here. You don't get me. You've never been in this situation, so you don't get me.
Have you been shot at?
No, you don't. You have no idea.
I've been shot at. What are you talking about?
You
I
still
don't get
have
the
no idea what
situation.
it's like to be a cop. You have no idea.
No, but you're saying I don't know the situation.
You don't.
I know what a
You
situation
don't
is
until
being
you're in
shot
that
at.
situation. You have no idea. I promise you.
I've been shot at, bro. Have you?
But go through your thing, Chin. You go through your thing.
So now watch this. Hand here. Show me your hands.
Whose responsibility is that, Chin?
Right
You
now.
wanna rewind that
right
again,
now, you're
dude?
getting shot. You're
He
getting
lowered
shot.
his hand, Chin.
You're getting shot.
Hold on. Watch
did it more than
watch the
once.
sequence. Watch the sequence.
But
It's so crazy.
Let me ask you this, Chin. What should he do there?
Now, here's
Well, not shoot right
no,
away.
Hold on. Here's where.
By the way,
Chin-
he shot from the.
But here's where Chin has a
from
point.
the get go. From the get go, he shot.
Should he wait
Where?
till he gets
But
shot
wait,
at?
Here's where Chin has a point.
Hold on.
Point is this: there may have been Chin, to take your point in hand. There may have been an ability to get cover and talk to him at a distance. What are you doing? What's going on? What it looked like here is he shot him from a distance.
Yeah.
He was squeezed off like 5 rounds before that.
Play
so
it,
let's
Chin.
just watch this again.
I don't know if this is the beginning of it. Let's see. But it's hard to see too, right? You can't really see.
So where should he cover there, B?
But that alone, get on the
Those
ground,
4
get on the
shots.
ground. He didn't go on the ground. He just shot him. So that's the
So
first
I can't
thing.
see where that guy is.
I know I can't see what the guy's doing.
So I do think that was a premature shooting
So do I.
from where I'm at.
How could you not though, with the information you have? Wants to kill cops, has a gun.
Looks like he walks and then gets behind a bush.
So he said, get on the ground, and exactly 1 second later, he's fired off rounds.
But we can't see what the
Hold on,
guy's
let's see.
doing.
Now look, his hands are up. I don't think he's hit.
But what's he doing there?
Because he's already shot. Imagine like.
Show me your hands.
Church, west side of the complex.
But what's he
Reach in
doing there?
again. Show me your hands. Yeah, you got to
Hold
shoot
on.
him there.
Show me your hand! Put your hands up!
He put his hands up and then he shot him.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
bad. And he had no gun on him.
And then plus just knowing his priors, like he shot it. How many times, dude? Officer involved
trigger happy.
shootings.
That's trigger happy.
That's what I'm thinking here.
It's trigger happy. He's in trouble. That'll be.
I mean, yeah.
My thing is that he engaged right away. He said, "Get on the ground," and he went "Bop, bop, bop," and started shooting.
What area is this in?
That's my issue.
Modesto.
That's California.
If that's my brother, I'm going. You didn't give him time to fucking even comply.
If that's my brother, again, I'd probably be pretty upset. But then also, you should have got him help. You should have got him help. Yeah.
No,
Hold on. You're saying my brother's posting only good cop is a dead cop, and then the sister calls the cops because you recently got a gun, and then you're upset
about to see what I'm gonna
that
do.
the cop, and you're gonna see what I'm do, and then you're upset the cop responds in an aggressive manner when he shows up.
Well, there's no doubt that you understand why this guy shot him in a lot of ways because you're nervous. You're running toward the guy. You see the guy. You know, I don't know what he saw. I can't tell with that camera angle. But if you see a guy, if you go get on the ground, if you see a get on the ground and you see the guy do this,
let me see.
If you see it get on the ground. But I do think in that situation, you probably could have said, hey, how you doing? What's going on? From cover and talk to him. Just talk to him.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think there are cops that would have been able to de-escalate that in a heartbeat.
But my main
he
thing
wasn't
was
breaking the law.
No, my main thing was like his prior, like 5 involved, officer involved shooting and 4 fatalities.
It's a lot.
It also depends what those 4 priors are.
That's very true.
This will all be brought up.
He could just be doing a good job. There's also that.
But I mean, just for me watching the video, I feel like he went a little too far, too fast.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I. I agree with you. I'm with you.
I think the cop wants to go home. He deals with a lot of bad people.
Well, Brent, I'm with you on that too.
Now, there's a way to do that where he didn't have to escalate. So a couple things. The kid was not breaking the law. He was also
But he just acquired a gun, and his number 1 goal is to kill a cop.
No, Brent, his sister
there has to be some responsibility by that guy putting that energy out there.
The way to do that is not to do this. Get on the ground, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. And plus, he didn't have any weapons on him.
He didn't give him time to get on the ground. Yeah. He didn't give him time to comply.
I'll give you the argument on the first shots, like, all right, you're kind of far away, can't see. Yeah. The second one, when his hands are up in the air, but then he reaches his hand down, I'm with the cop.
But then when he said, put your hands up, he was putting his hands up,
but then he put it down. But no, he originally did that, and then he put it down, Chin.
Brent, you want to watch it again?
No, go ahead, Chin. You're off.
No, I saw it.
You're off, Brendan.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He goes, put your hands up. He puts his hands up like you're saying. Then he lowers his hand.
Twice he reached down. Twice. If I got a gun on me, I'm doing this the whole time. You got to hear my hands. I'm not going to do anything. This guy wasn't really there. He wasn't all there.
Shit, I can't fucking
Painful
focus.
way to die. It's really sad. It's fucking sad, man. It's sad.
Let's watch the whole thing again.
This is my issue. Watch this.
This is pretty quick. I can't tell what the guy's doing there, though.
He's walking. He's walking, and then you can see the last shot hits him down.
Yeah, but I can't see. Like, was he bending down? Was he grabbing something?
Hold on, let's look again.
It's hard to tell. It's like the Bigfoot video.
Yeah.
Let's wait till it calms down here.
It's too blurry.
Still blurry, yeah, it's still blurry. But he seems like
this is the questionable one because the guy's still alive there.
So let me see if because he moves around.
See, one hand's up. So it's both hands up, then watch this. And hand down, grabbing something. Hands up. And then right here, watch. Hand down. In the pocket. In the pocket.
That killed him.
But then he was putting his...
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Twice he brought his hand down. In that situation, you as a cop, you're trained to shoot. You can't see his hand. He's reaching. There's all this stuff.
I want to go back home to my family. Fuck these scumbags.
My larger issue is that there
might
have been a way to be like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? And you take cover and you talk to him. There's a way to handle it. This guy, though,
real quick,
this guy was obviously dealing with somebody who said, in his mind, he goes, this guy's got a gun. He's going to do something bad. And I can't let him.
And why do you think he does that?
Because he's got a history of it.
There you go.
There's a long history of it.
And so maybe I'm more triggered by the fact that...
Remember, he was on the cops' watch list for making threats to cops.
Yeah. And by the way, so let me just say these 2 things. So I was, kind of like, when he was walking away and then he's shooting him, like that already tells me this cop is trigger happy. Secondly, how do I feel personally about people that make threats to cops saying they should die? What do you think I think?
Yeah.
I think they should go to jail or die.
Well, so here's the thing.
That's what happened.
I think what you're saying is that I think this cop is trigger happy. I will give you that.
That's the main thing.
I'm not willing to say he's trigger happy unless I see the 4 cases that he was involved in.
So there's an investigation with this, so we'll see what happens with this.
This one, for sure, there's going to be an investigation. The other 4, I don't know.
Well, this family's going to win money because he's unarmed. But again, he was behaving
with his prior with his prior issues.
He was clearly not there. He was not all there, man. Mm-hmm. This kid wasn't all there.
The kid's obviously messed. But the thing is, like, it
was also 2 years ago. Is there no update?
It's fucking sad, man. Oh yeah, look up there. Thank you. Update.
Trevor Seaver. Oh wait, Joseph Lamont's show. That's weird because I just Googled it and there was another Modesto one that just happened.
Yeah.
Modesto might be popping off too, so he's in a war area, and so he's probably trigger happy, man. He's also doing his job.
Yeah.
So
ex-Modesto cop sues DA, charging him with shooting. So apparently he must have been fired.
Modesto cop, so he got fired.
From Modesto.
Oh yeah.
He got fired for that.
It was 2020, remember?
So former Modesto police officer was charged with voluntary manslaughter in a fatal December.
He was cleared.
Suing prosecutors. He never had been charged and civil rights were violated. Yeah. Shooting of Trevor Seaver, that's the guy we're talking to.
Yep.
Described the pride from the use of force. The shooting was justified. The expert retired wrongly charged. So now he's suing them.
I want to see if we can find out his priors.
Hold on.
Keep going down, Chin.
Several family members said they were concerned about
So he believed Seaver was armed and intent on killing his family. Once he got to the church, Lamadus had said he believed Seaver was trying to ambush him. He also was aware of Seaver's dead cop wishes on social media.
He texted and he said he purchased a gun and called his mother to tell her that he was coming to the house and they needed to leave and to call 911. Okay, 911. So now you're your own mother. You're going to, this is, they believe that Seaver was armed and intent on killing his family. Once he got to the church, Lamadus said he believed Seaver was trying to ambush him.
So he was cleared in the 3 previous ones.
He said he had death cop wishes on social media.
Keep going down, Chin. Mm-hmm. They paid Seaver's family $7.5 million.
Wow. Nuts, man.
Huh.
So, now that I'm like looking at this more and more, like since we can't see that clearly from if the video was more clear, but to me in the beginning when I first saw it, I was like, oh, he's trying to shoot this guy regardless.
It's complicated.
Yeah,
dude.
but then when I saw the arms dropping and then going
complicated.
Up, it's super complicated. Yeah.
But
then I said his priors too. That's what made me
his priors. He's on social media saying he wants to kill a cop. His mom is like, hey, he has a gun. He told us to leave the house.
It's a
bad's gonna
fucked
happen.
up situation.
So you're a cop going in. Are you going to assume he's going to be a nice
guy? And he did think he was being ambushed, probably.
Yeah, dude.
It always goes back to this. Unless you've been in that situation, I was just thinking about it. He's got to go look for a guy who is definitely dangerous and has said he wants to kill his own family.
He wants to be a cop killer.
Your adrenaline and cortisol levels are so high. And that is like all of us go, the minute we hear about somebody having a gun, we get the fuck out of there. We run away. Those guys are paid to run toward it.
Not to mention, now remember too, he's going into it thinking that he's going to try and ambush him. And he has the information that the mom's like, this dude has a gun, told us to get out. So he's going into it with that mindset,
Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up because this is interesting. This gives you an idea of what it's like to be involved in those things and how it works. That's why I use throwing stars. And I use throwing stars or poison darts.
And also, here's the number one thing. This guy getting shot, he has to take accountability. Now, why was the cop in a heightened sense for his life? Did you post that you wanted to kill cops? Did you acquire a gun? You did?
Or he's saying he did, but either way, same thing.
It doesn't matter.
I would believe that he did.
I would believe that your own mother is reporting.
So let me get this straight. Your own mom's reporting. Yeah. Your own family called the cops. You've said you want to shoot cops, and now you want to sue the police officer because he answers a call? Okay. And the cop's the bad guy? No. What fucking world are we living in?
Right.
No, the whole thing got started when I was like, I'm with the cops, and then I said like, since I'm watching these dash cams,
you brought up a good point.
So even when I watch these body cams and dash cams, I said even if someone's literally a cop has a gun out and someone runs up to threaten, I say shoot, just shoot,
of course,
shoot to kill. And I said there's some instances where I saw videos where it's like. Yeah, it's weird. So this is one of the videos
but
that
when you find out the background, you go, oh, of course the cop was like that.
I do think
now if I just saw this, if you didn't tell me any of that stuff, you're like, this dude was just roaming, and the cop, and you show me that video, I'm like, holy fuck, that cop was trigger happy.
Yeah.
But when you give me the information, he threatened cop lives, he acquired a gun, his family called the cops on him. Okay,
there are cops.
No shit,
there are
buddy.
cops that would have taken cover and said, hey, how you doing? What are you up to, bud? They would have given them a chance. There wasn't any talk.
Oh, I hear you, bro. Yeah. So there's.
And I think that was also something that maybe a more experienced cop or a different kind of cop would have actually done. And I'm not surprised this guy's been in 5 fatal shootings. But That's my.
And here's another thing that I just want to bring
But the
up.
other ones, there's no charges. So who knows? Those 4 or 5 the 4 other ones that he was not convicted of.
Yeah, I don't know.
they must have looked into it. Now he's doing his job.
Yep.
So let me ask you this real quick. So I do know people, close friends that have autistic kids, right? They say crazy shit. They do some wild shit. So I'm also thinking like, what if this kid's just
Very
saying
possible.
dumb shit?
Very possible.
And that he would never kill someone,
It's
never
very
like shoot a
possible,
cop,
dude.
just doing that. Yeah,
It's very possible.
So it's like
I don't know any
Mental
autistic kids
illness.
threatening cops' lives
There are
and
dude,
acquiring guns.
autistic kids
there
can
are
be very
plenty of
influenced
people
by.
who are not there mentally. I think we're going to, in 10, 20 years, we're going to go, wow, we didn't know that this is how your brain works. It is what it is.
So at the end of the day, I think this could have been handled better, but I understand what you're saying. Where, dude, this person said that
Play stupid games,
a
win
good cop
stupid
is
prizes.
a dead cop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So I get that.
Play stupid games, win prizes.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for my wallet.
Yeah, if that's my father-in-law, I'd be like, thank
Right
God
on
you
the
got rid of that guy. You know?
That's in front of you, bro.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways, I thought it was an interesting thing to
That's
bring
good.
up, but
Good way to
we'll see.
good way to end this.
Yeah.
All right, B, where are you going to be, pal?
I'll be at Wise Guys Friday, Saturday, Las Vegas, Nevada. Get your tickets, Wise Guys. And then I'm right off to Philadelphia, March 28, 29, 30. Looking forward to that. And then Norfolk.
You're all over, pal.
Yeah, I'm all over.
All right, guys, this is the Finding Kid. We're out.